Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Angelika's Journal. There we go. Just making sure everything's in focus. So, let me put you a little higher. There. Yeah, it seems like I've got to refocus it every time in order to have it in the right orientation. Anyways, so welcome to another episode of Angelika's Journal. Today I am going through my fairy journal. I pulled out all the stuff I have for it, and I'm going to move this to the side. This is what I'm working on right now. I'll explain that after. So here is the Forest Fairy journal that I started, and you've already seen the cover. I did add this to it, Forest Fairy and an owl. I just thought, it just adds, there's a lot of writing on it. So I added in the pages, and I've added some pockets and stuff, tucks and belly bands, and I've added a couple, and added some of my paper, and there's a bit of ephemera, but they're not complete. This is just, I'm putting in the paper, and now I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. So I'll take you through. Now these are from two different journals. Not journals, but like I had ordered a Forest Fairy kit, I guess you would call it. It came in a book form. And so there were two different ones, and I'm melting the two together, melding, whatever you call it. So this was in one of them, and this was in the other one. Hopefully I'm centered in the photo. There we go. So there's the butterflies, and then this is celestial. I think this one is a moon fairy, and the other one was a forest fairy or something like that. I don't know. So then here, this is my coffee dyed paper. I did the video on it. I added two of these in, so there'll be another one. And then this was a tag that came with the forest fairy. I think it was the forest fairy. I'm going to have to move this. It's in the way. So this, a tag came with it, and I decided to use it more like a tuck. So you can tuck, tuck in it. And then this one I backed it. It's one of the pages I had taken the picture, and then I put a backing on it, so it's more like cardboard. And so that's a card. And then this one was either the cover or the back of the book. Like it was more like a magazine format. And so I cut her out, and I thought that would be a nice card, but it's very plain. I don't know. I might add a little something to it, or this I'll probably leave blank so the person gets a writing space. But originally I had this one, and then when I went like this, I'm like, well, you don't see the girl. So then there was this one, and I'm like, oh, you see the moon, but if you go sideways, there you see the girl. And then this one, the girl is kind of hidden because I put it this way. So here you see the girl with the moon, and then here it's peeking out the flower arrangement. But then when you pull it out, you have the girl. Isn't she pretty? I love that one. That might have been the moon fairy. See, there's another page. Like, I just think it's so beautiful. And then here I took one of these, which I'm going to put another one in the back. Now, it does match the blue. And because it's a forest, I'm thinking, well, there's leaves like in the forest, and the forest does have some flowers. Maybe not a rose, but it does have some flowers. So I chose this ribbon, and I made it into a belly band. And then I put a white one, and then I cut out a couple of these circles, which I have a whole bunch here. They all came different sizes. There's 2 different sizes, but the itty bitty ones I don't think I'll use, but the other ones are decent size. This is again the cover. It shows what's in the package, so I may cut those out too. So I cut the 3 of them out. This is the fairy, that's a frog, and then that's I guess a boy kissing the girl fairy, and they're leaning on a mushroom. And then this one again, it's the card. I may embellish it, I'm not sure, but right now she's just sticking out. And these are the pages that came with the one. Now this one is a pocket that came with it, and I put it here because it's opposite, like, you know what I mean? And then that coffee dye kind of pulls out this. And then I decided to make fairy dust. So those little clear beads, they're beads, but because they're so tiny and they're clear, they kind of look fairy dust. And then I put the circles, and then there's one heart because it's you know, it's my heart. And then some stars. But I made it like fairy dust, and then I made my own label for it. And I used the tiny little staples to staple it onto the bag. So I thought that was really cute. And then I put her name as Lady Valerie. You didn't hear that, Valerie, if you're watching. This is a surprise for you later on in the year. So they're fairy dust. 100% natural. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of creative and cute. Look at the deers, and they're gorgeous. And I added lined paper. Now this lined paper, it's just paper I took out of the journal. Remember that hard-covered journal with the 2 clasps? Well, I took all the pages out, and now it's a double page. And then I just cut it down to size because it's too big. But those are great. And then if you have any, because I had some that had a lot of the glue stuck on it from when it was glued in the book. So when I took that off, it ripped some of it. So then you just take washi tape. I did this one here. This is the one that was damaged from the glue, removing the glue because you don't want it to be bumpy. And so I put washi tape, and then I did the page edging. I have these 2 trimmers, and then I put part of my Harlequin romance book, one of the pages, and then this is tissue paper. I Mod Podged onto the tissue paper, and then I glued the page onto this page. But I was going to put it in this one, and then I realized it's not very foresty like. I needed the forest vibe, even though it is a flower, but I don't know. I just didn't. I have 6 journals going, right? So I can use it in one of the other ones. So there we go. And that's the pages. So I put 2 of them in here. There's another one later on. And 2 coffee dye. And then this, I just, like, these are my early journals. Like, I'm not an expert by any means on these journals. I've never done them before. In fact, I just discovered them this year. Oh, there they are. I'm trying to move these out of the way so I can put my book higher up. I just discovered these journals like earlier this year. Like, I know nothing about it. And there's a lot of trial and error when you first start. And I had these foam pieces my daughter had given me after she had done, I don't know, some sort of event or something. And yeah, so I thought I'd give it a try. And it does add bulk, but it's not that bad. My issue was because it's foam, to know which glue goes better in on these pages. So the glue, because of the big surface, and I didn't just do the edge, I did the middle too, it warped the back of this page and this page. So I probably used too much glue. And then these stickers I had to put down with the same glue because it wouldn't stick on the foam. And then I added a couple of words, phrases. And so it's the way I was trying to make it is, this is the forest here. This is a leaf within the forest. And then the fairies, because the fairies are small, this is her little house that's on the leaf. And then she has a ladder and she goes to her upper branch that where she can look out onto the forest. That was like a whole story in here. And yeah, so that's why I wanted to do that. But I do have another one that I do not glue in. You'll see that later. And then you got the pretty birdie. This is another one I really enjoyed doing. Now that deer, I do have, we did pass the deer already. See, there's the deer. And so this, the person who created this journal book had made a bunch of pages, and then they took elements out of that page and made the cards and the stamps and the tags and everything from those pages. And so if you look at it here, the deer's looking that way. Here, the deer's looking that way. So the person had flipped it. But I thought it was a girl because of the lilacs on the head, but it has a blue tie around the neck. So I wonder, is it a boy or a girl? But either way. Then I took a piece of paper, took my 3-inch hole punch, punched a hole, put another piece of paper in the back, and then I put some tulle in between. You can see there's a bit of the edge showing. And then I put the picture inside and glued it all together, made a little tulle bow, like like a frill, and then put the lace bow on it. And I was thinking of putting something on here, but this is pretty thick and it's adding bulk, which is why this page, when it had too much glue, because I did this after this, I should have waited with this because that's what gave it its warp. Otherwise it may have sat straight. But it's all a learning curve. There's a cute little squirrel. There's a birdie. Okay, this is another one I did. I took a paper bag. This is napkin, and I Mod Podged them together. And then when they were all done and dry, then I used Fabric Fix to glue this into the book. I also did this one with the Mod Podge. And I really like them, except this one you can see there's certain areas where it looks funny. And I'm wondering if it was a chemical reaction, because I had put the napkin on the paper with a glue stick, and then I Mod Podged over it to give it the finish. And I'm wondering if that is a reaction with the glue stick. I have it here a bit too, and I did put the glue stick on this way. I figured it was faster than going this way. And so this is the glue stick. So here it has it too. So I don't know if it's because I'm using cheap glue stick or if that's normal. I don't know. But anyway, so this one I thought it wasn't really forest-like. It was more of a garden one. And mine is probably going to be garden. So I'm going to save that. And I did put this one in though because branch and birds. Branches are in the forest. So I did include that one. And then here is another pocket that came with the one journal. Oh, I wanted to show this too. One of the issues I had with these um, journals that I bought, the journal packs, is when they printed it, this side is upright. This side is good. You got your fairy, you got your fox, you got your snail, the moon is up above. But then, look at the flowers, they're all pointing down. That's upside down. Same with that. That's upside down. And I think that's why I put the bird where I did, because there's actually writing on this side, which was the back of the book, the last page of the book. And so it has like the production, the trademark, and just the general information. And I'm like, it's upside down, because it was up here and it was upside down. It should have been down here. And then you could have read it properly. There you were reading it upside down. So I don't know if it was Amazon where I got it from, or if it's the person who created it and had Amazon print it and send it out, the orders. I'm not sure, but somebody messed up. So yeah, but that's okay. If I take something, anything, okay, here, I'll show you some other things I did, and then I'll have stuff to do that. I also did this one. I thought would be nice with a princess. Here's another one. And then I did this one, Peter Rabbit. I like that one. That was pretty creative on my part. See, he's peeking in, and he's looking at the butterfly. Carrots? Because he smells the carrots. But my point, what I was trying to find something to show you, say these two were together, it was one. You could put it on here, and you wouldn't know it's upside down, the page. Right? Because you're covering that flower, and you're covering all these here. The only one showing is this one. And some flowers do point down. They just don't all point down. So if you just partially cover it, or you could partially cover it with this, like I wouldn't with this, but I mean, I could have showed you with this. Whatever I put there, as long as it's like from where this gold thing is down to this gold thing, and then let's say like this, that is big. That's enough of covering where you still get the effects that it's the forest and that there's flowers, but it doesn't pop out that it's upside down. Yeah, so then this was 2 nights ago. I was toying around with napkins, Mod Podging them onto paper. And this was the night before, I guess Wednesday night, I had done that one. Anyway, so I just wanted to mention that. They could end up being upside down. Now, I also made this. There's a white fairy there. Create. And I put 2 ribbons, one on top of the other. And then I put some of the gems. And then if you open it up, and there you go, you can create. You can draw on that side, and that side. Or you could just write memories. When I make these things, I always try and go according to the ribbon or the border. I always try and fold it so that whoever gets it already has that fold in it. And then I unfold it. So it's not noticeable, but when they go to open it, it's already got the fold in it. Yeah, so then I just did, like, this is file folder, and then this is just a pattern paper, And then this is a sticker. And then this I did. That was a stamp on construction paper. And then this I just typed on the computer. And then I when I went to print it, and I do a whole sheet of a bunch of words. What I do is I print it on coffee dyed paper. You can use colored paper too, whatever you want. I use coffee dye because then it's not so white. But if it is a white paper, the coffee dye paper, it looks fine. But if you have a coffee dyed paper, then that's white. It kind of looks out of place. So, anyways, that's my thought process. All right, so that's the center. And I kept, when I tied it with embroidery floss. I love using embroidery floss. And this, I use two because one is plain purple. That one. That one is plain purple. But this one is that graduating one. I don't know if you can tell, but it's lighter on one side and darker on the other. It goes darker, and then this way it goes darker, and that way it goes lighter. And so I wanted that effect. So I used 2 strings in my needle. And yeah, see, there's 2 strings in here. A light one and a dark one. And then I may put a charm on here. I'm not sure yet. The jewelry part I do last. I figure by then I'll know what the journal's all about. Oh, I got a black string there. So right now it's just the pages. And then there, again, it's upside down. So I'm going to have to put something in the middle. I added colored paper, pink, one purple, and one blue. And I intertwined it with these. Look at that. The fairies hugging the bird. Oh, so beautiful. And there's line paper I stuck in. I was going to put, oh, I didn't realize this is perforated. Oh, well. I was going to put graph paper, and I decided not to. Which I probably could have, but anyway, so there's that one. This is another one of the two-page fold. Look at that, the owl. So beautiful. I love the animals in this one. And this got a little bit damaged from my cutter because the blade never wants to work properly. You know what? It's fine. It just adds a little charm. Oh, it got an oopsie. And then there's the gold. I might put some gold glitter on that. I'm not sure. Yep. And then here again, like, mind you, this is more zoomed in, so you might not notice so much. Yeah. See, the 2 big ones are both upside down. I don't know. Anyways, I glued a little fox here, and this is again the cover of the booklet. I don't know, front cover, back cover, but this is from the cover. Isn't that pretty? The owl. I love it. I'm actually thinking of photocopying this and photocopy a few times so I can have 6 on a page. And I may reuse that one. Like, it's really pretty. And then there's that one. And then here's the other foam piece. See, it's just a foam leaf. So, because this is a plain page, I stuck it in here as a background. And then, you know what I mean? You got the owl peeking out and the birdie. So, it's more of a background than it is, you know, a decoration. Because I don't want to glue another one in. But it adds a nice, it brings out the greens in these pictures, right? So I just stuck that one in. And there's that. And there's the flower. See, these are pointing upwards. And then watch, the back of it is upside down. Well, you can't tell. It's the sun and the moon. Where's the other side of that one? Oh, okay. So, yeah, it is the right side up. But what's on the back of this one? Yeah, see, it's a neutral, so you can't even tell it's upside down. Another pocket. And that. Another pocket. There's the birdie. And there's the fairy, the pink fairy. And that's it. So, this is what I'm working on. Well, I am working on this week. Next week, I'll probably pull out the superhero dinosaur one. It's going to be so difficult, and I so want to do it just because it's going to cause me to be really creative to figure out how am I going to do a superheroes and dinosaur and maybe a couple of trucks. Like, I so want to, maybe every week I'll interchange between the three of them, because I need to have these three done for Christmas, because it's kind of like a bonus gift for my grandkids. I'm still going to buy them a Christmas present, but this is going to be added to that. Just because, well, the two youngest, they're still in the toy stage. They want toys. So, yeah. But, anyways, that's what that is so far. I'll be doing another one of this on the other half of the journal. Now, there's all kinds of stuff that comes with it. These are envelopes, these pretty pictures on them. This one's just trees, but it has the bird. So I may glue this one in, put something inside, and then maybe put like a magnet or Velcro or something. Or maybe I'll put a butterfly. No, I'll put something here that could hold on to the flap. I don't know. I could do something like this even. No, I could do something like this, a postcard. And then have it swing away. Use, what do you call it? Oh my God. Can't believe it. I'm losing my words. This thing. Doesn't even say. You know what I mean. These paper things. These things. I wouldn't use that color though. And the green and the blue is pretty bright. Yeah, I'd probably use silver or gold. Because these are pretty bright. Mind you, the purple one is not, wouldn't be as pop. And the purple one would go. A little light for that one, but it would go with that one. Maybe purple. But anyways, my point being, having a flap here of some sort. Maybe put, no, because then I'd have to do it in the corner. Otherwise, you can't put anything in it. And then I could go like this. I don't know. I'll figure something out. But, so you have those. And then you got these tags that come with it. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to share. What I'm working on right now. Now I pulled out my fancy scissors. Fancy. These are dollar store scissors. I think it was dollar store. And this one came in the box. This one is so cool. Because what it is it's just the blades. And then this comes apart. Look at that. You put them back together when you put a blade on it. There. And then you can cut. And if you want to change it to one of the other ones, you hold it, pull, and then you put the other one on it. There. And now I can cut with this one. Isn't that so cool? I just had to have it. Just like with 1,001 other things. I just gotta have it. I just gotta. Anyways. But I had bought this set first. There was only 3 in the pack. They weren't expensive. And, yeah, so I don't know how to, hopefully it closes. Oh yeah, there's plenty of room. Anyway, so I pulled these out because I'm working on this right now. And everything that came in these 2 kits, in other words, the fairy stuff, I have it all spread out here. I pulled out some stickers. I had the fairy sticker book, and these were in it. And then I had these other books that has all kinds of stuff. And I pulled out the fairy pages. This one I really liked. It looks woodland. Look at that. Those are woodland. You know, they look like forest. Mushrooms are always a good thing to pull out. More wildlife. Like, I pulled these all out of the different sticker books I have. Insects. There's some birds. There's a robin's egg nest. Oh, there's that one too. Which I think that's supposed to be for witches. That whole thing. But it has greenery. Where is the... And that one's pretty. And purple's the right color. Oh. Huh. I don't know where it is. But anyway, so I just pulled out the stickers that could go with this theme. And so I have everything all spread out. I do have these boxes. I think I've showed them to you before. They're just these kind of things. You can put stuff in it. So I have 6 of these. 2 green, 2 blue, 2 red. And I have 6 journals. So there's one with each journal. So if I make ephemera, if I make any tickets, whatever I wanted to go with this journal. Oh yeah, and these are all the key words for the journal. I try and do that with every one. I don't always. But it definitely helps when you your mind is blocked. You don't know what to do. You can just come on here and read everything and go, oh, that gave me an idea. And then, you know, you get an idea again. You want stuff around that gives you ideas, which is why I like once in a while getting the book, because with fairy, I drew a complete blank. What do you call the stickers? So everything goes in here. So when I make something, or like even just all these, I'll have a bowl, a kitchen bowl, similar to one of these. And I'll put everything that needs to be cut out in that bowl. And then all the cutouts go in here. And then from here, I create. And then when this journal is complete, whatever is left from here goes into a cabinet drawer. And so every time I have a journal to create, which I do have 6 of them, I like having this. Then if I want to switch, oh, I'm tired of doing the fairy. It's been 2 weeks now. I need a change of scenery. So then you put this in the Ziploc bag up there, pull out one of the other ones and work on that one. And then when it comes to going back to it, you have stuff here to get your brain going in that mode again, in that frame of mind. And this is the system. I'm really happy with it. I don't think I'll ever change it. I have a box up on the shelf there. See, right up there. That's my box. Not this, but this one, the Canada Post box. I happen to have it. And then that is the princess, the dinosaur, and superheroes. This one is Scott's. This one's mine, and then the one in the back is my mom's. So these are the journals. They're in a Ziploc bag, and each one of them, there's the journal, And there's the box. Hers is red. So my projects, my journals are up here. And if you look around, since we're up here, you might as well have a peek. There is all the paintbrushes, paint supplies. This I used for the Mod Podge. I even have some calculator paper here that I can cut off pieces if I want to do something for the journal. And then you go more over. So this is all my punches. This is the daily planner I bought. I was looking at it, trying to figure out what to do with it, if I'm going to use it or not. My journal. That is more, this is a lot of the ephemera that I've already made, which I have to go through. And then up on the wall there, these are all the stamps I have. I stamped on paper. So if I want to figure out, do I want to stamp something, I can pull this down. It's not like it's loose. I can pull this whole thing down and look at it and go, I could use this stamp. That would work. And then I can go pull it because I know what I have here instead of having to go through that drawer of stamps every time. So that is, oh yeah, and my printer, sorry for going so fast, used to be over here. Because I got some sewing done, it's now in this cabinet. It's a little lower, like it's level with my desk, but my printer is now in this cabinet along with some printouts, which I'll show you my printouts another day. But I do have a bunch of printouts that, and then that's all my glues and pencils and everything. And then I have a tray over there. That's my working tray. So if I'm watching a video and I want to take a note, there's my sticky notes. Anything that I think of that I make while watching a video. Oh no, I lost it now. Oh no, there it is. So while watching videos, I came across this thing. Except I don't like that paper, but that type of thing where you move this and then you can open the flap or something and then you pull this. Do you know what I mean? It's like oops, sorry. See this thing here, it moves. There. So then the page, the flap will open, and then when you want to close it, you just slide this. Isn't that cool? And then I figured out how to make tickets of my own. I was watching somebody who had bought a bunch of tickets, and they were cutting them up and putting them in their journal, and I'm like, wait a minute, that looks like something I could make. And so I did a long strip of paper, because there's a few of them. And then I'm like, okay, let me do the border, do the lines. No, I did the hole punch, the corners with a hole puncher. Like, that's just, like this, I maybe went too far in, but yeah, you could make your own. And then I did the trim and I did the dotted line. And then I wrote myself a note, use pattern paper. And then once you do a pattern paper, you can just write with a marker something on there, or stamp on it if you have a letter stamp. And then I came up with this one too. Isn't he cute? And I was thinking of putting it in the fairy one, but it's Peter Rabbit. It's not going to go in the fairy one. So I'll have to put it in one of the other ones. And my boyfriend's favorite color is purple, so I might put it in his. His is blue and white, his journal. And then the tickets, I was saying about stamping on it the word ticket or movie ticket, or, create your own idea. Yeah, but I figured out how to do this now. So that's the first step. then the second step is actually, you know, making one. So that's yeah. These things aren't hard to do. You just got to think a little creative, and things will come to you. Like, they're not that hard. And then I did a whole bunch of printouts, which I'll show you next time. Oh, this was there. I was wondering, my desk is not the way I left it. Yeah, it's because this, was it like that? I don't know. Anyways, I will leave you here. I hope you enjoyed this. I am going to next. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you this quick. Okay, quick, 2 minutes. All right. So these are all from the ephemera package. Hold on, you're not positioned right. Oh my God! And I was yapping there, and you weren't even faced on my desk. Silly me. Anyways, so all this stuff. Sorry. There we go. So all this stuff came from that, those two journals, the fairy. I guess I thought they were both forest fairy, but one is forest and one is moon. All right, so I wanted to make a card for it. And like for the pockets. I'm thinking now, you know, once these tucks and everything is done, I need to start making cards for the pockets. And so I was thinking I want to do that. And then during that time, I was watching somebody, because I watch journaling videos while I do mine. And the girl was using playing cards. And I'm like, what? That's an idea, especially if it's a very flimsy paper. This is a thicker, like it's a thick cardboard. So I'm like, oh, I wonder. And then I put that on top because I want this to be the background. And I'm like, oh, that kind of works. Actually, that's upside down. I think it is this way because look at the flowers. They point up. Anyways, and then I was like, oh, yeah, it was supposed to be this. This is supposed to be journal. They're fairy magic. And I'm like, oh, I like that, but I got to add something to it. Well, there's a bunch of tags that come with it. And there are these tiny itty bitty tags that come with it. I'm not going to use them. They're so tiny. But if you cut off the upper part, you end up with this. See, it's the exact same one. Well, exact same print. Yeah. And all I did was cut off this upper part. So I'm like, oh, I could put that there. And then I had cut out, fussy cut it, all these other ones. Oh, I love that owl. Like there's all of these that I had fussy cut it. Oh, this one is just color, the pink color on this side and green color on that side. If you need a backing. And then here's another one that was a tag that I cut down. And I'm like, okay, so what am I going to put on it? And then there are these also, which I have not cut out yet. There are these two. Oh, you're over here. So I was thinking if I cut them out, maybe I can put one of them down here. Or I could put this. And then I saw the mushroom. And then I was thinking, oh, what about the mushroom? See, this gives it a nice border. So the mushroom is a stamp. Here, let's do it this way. See, you can put the mushroom there. But then I saw the other mushroom and I started thinking, oh, maybe I should put this mushroom on there. So that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. There's also the moon. No, don't like it. And then there's this one I cut out. It's kind of like she's lost among the plants, the forest. That one's actually quite nice. And even though there's a hole, because that's supposed to be a tag, if you cover it up with something, it could be a button, it could be a ribbon. I'm using the word fairy. And then make it so it looks symmetrical. And then I could put that one there. That's an idea. Or I could put something like this there. Like that's what I'm doing right now, is trying to figure out what do I think this mushroom, because of the green, it kind of pops. And then there are all these too. But I just wanted to show you the cards. Like, that is such a smart idea. I have the casino cards. And what do casinos do is once they're used, they punch a hole in the whole deck. Like, it goes all the way through. So this was like that. See? The hole goes all the way through. That's what the casinos do when the cards have been used and they're done. They get a hole punched through it, so they're not used again. But they're perfectly fine for journaling. So what I was thinking is doing something like this. Put the holes on the bottom so you don't see them. Well, this one, no choice, it's the top. But, you know, like, have it like that. Glue them here on these parts. You glue them to each other. And then stitch down each side. And then, now I wouldn't do it for this journal, but maybe for my boyfriend's. See, then you'd have a pocket. 1, 2, 3, 4 pockets. And you could stagger, like, you know, something all the way through. Like maybe pictures of him when he was a baby, when he was a toddler, when he was school age, then when he was a high school. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could do all kinds of things with this, with the cards. And so when I saw that, I'm like, so I have it propped up here so I don't forget about it. I want to do that one. But it's not appropriate for this one. But as a backing, it is, because then I can use this as a card. Now, I do have to cut that off. Cut the extra here off. Glue it all together. And figure out what stamp I'm going to use or cut out or whatever. And then that'll be an ephemera that I'll put into her box. Into this box. Because it'll be done and ready to go. Anyway, so there you go. That is my update for today. The Forest Fairy Junk Journal Part 1. Because, well, actually, it's technically not Part 1 because the cover would have been Part 1. But anyways, we're going to count this as Part 1 today. And then Part 2 when it's a little bit more done. And then maybe Part 3 or 4, Part 4, one or the other, depending how many times I go in it. Then we'll do the jewelry for it. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of it. And thank you for visiting today. Remember, do what makes you happy, and everything else will fall into place. And please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.